This is an illustrated documentary series of the local and international travels of Dr. Jose Rizal from 1882 to 1896. Many of the landmarks and markers, photographs, and video clips shown in this series are the actual places mentioned in his travels, diary, and letters. Started in 2015, this 5-year documentary project is dedicated to the Filipino youths, patriots, and all non-Filipinos who propagate the teachings and ideals of the national hero. I highly recommend this documentary series to students and teachers as a companion reference in studying and teaching the life and travels of Dr. Jose Rizal. This series will bring everyone to where it happened, places where Dr. Rizal has visited, studied, and lived while working for reforms for his country. A 500-page coffee table book is bundled with these videos. Good luck and enjoy the series.
Vaarwel aan Betenland.
My name is Florentino Rodal. I teach at the Complutense University.
Well, my name is Roland Platz. I'm the curator for South and Southeast Asia. And so we have a lot of objects here, almost, we don't know exactly, about 30 to 35,000 pieces. And also from the Philippines. And we are very happy to have the Rizal objects here because Rizal was the national hero of the Philippines, so he has a special importance for the Philippines, but then also for us because we know exactly that those objects come from him. So because it's always important for us to know a bit more about the history and who was the collector. So in this case we know who it was. And he was a famous man, and it's also nice that he brought it as a present, and it was not just bought or collected somewhere, but it was brought by himself. So it's and they are very nice, beautiful, precious objects, so it's nice that we can take care of it, and I think they will be here a long time still. And so if someone likes to see them and or to display them, so if the conditions are all right, we are always willing to do.
more. One Rizal gave us, but there are different ones from other collectors. Because of all the items, they tried to proceed the collection, to extend the collection over the years. Still now, some things are collected to see the development. Also the shape. I can imagine that it's some kind of rain cloth and has before a hole here to put the head. Because but it's not typical Philippines, or is it? No.
Nowadays, like a lot of people say, you may have stolen all these. And sometimes, of course, it's true, things were stolen and there were wars and it was taken away. And if we know exactly that it happened and people want to get it back, we usually do that, but that's a way of communication, and because you never know, if you give things back, they might be lost. It depends how they are treated in the country of origin. But if we know it's not right to take it away, there will be negotiations. But in the Asian context, it's usually came not through robbery or war, but mostly people, like also our founder of this museum, Bastian, he was sometimes away for months or even years. So we have some famous scientists those days in the 19th century, and they wanted to collect as much as possible as to demonstrate the human culture and all the different material cultures. So there was a scientific interest in it. And well, you can say that maybe often people should have get more, maybe. And I'm very interested in what was paid, what was given for that. And I can imagine that there was often some imbalance, which is not right. But it's on the other hand, it's difficult to say. It's difficult to say. Sometimes it was a gift, and people, like we had Naga people from Northeast India, just an example. So they didn't know we have all these, still the old textiles especially. And they were very happy to see it, and they said, for us it's more difficult to keep it, and so it's also good that you preserve it as a museum, and it's a human heritage, and so we are also willing to share. So that's one of our policies. If it's possible to exhibit them somewhere, and if people, but it's mostly through the embassy, because the embassy knows the Rizal objects are in this museum, so that's why you also are here now. It also depends on the interest of the countries of origin. Some we got back from Russia in 1990s after reunification, because the Soviet army, it was some objects were just destroyed or lost. Nobody knows where they gone, and others took the Soviet army away for their own museums.
Oh, they took some.
Their own museums. Yeah, of course.
So still they have some kept, and some we got back in the 90s after
Even the
reunification.
Americans, they took over.
That's
it's not only the Russians.
it's common.
These, clothings were donated by Dr. Rizal?
Yeah.
Or, oh?
Yeah, that were donations. It was not sold, and he brought it as a kind of respect or friendship,
Goodwill?
to goodwill to Virchow and Bastian. Yeah.
Maybe contribution to
Contribution
the
to
studies.
the
They exchanged information. He studied here, and he brought some subjects to study for Bastian. Scientific exchange. Adolf Bastian, the founder of this museum. This was also the eve of ethnology of all the science, of the scientific subject. And Bastian was one of the founder of this scientific subject, and the museum that was connected to the idea. And in this time there was an international exchange, and the European scientists profited a lot from scientists like Rizal, who took the way up here and communicate to an objective science. So we are very happy to have to keep this documents of this time of the rise of ethnology. Blumentritt is a German name, and it consists of two subjects. That is Blume, means flower in English, and Tritt means step. So Blumentritt means flower step. That means maybe Mr. Blumentritt found some new path in Philippines.